Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Link Shack. This is Michael, a language coach and computational linguist, helping people to realize their language learning potential. Today, we are going through Unit 16. I'm not sure why I put 15 here. And this is about a restaurant dialogue, and the original one that I translated is from. Um, there there were quite a bit of differences in like what dishes were being offered in this dialogue. So, because a lot of these things either don't exist in Tuscarora or there's really no way to express that in Tuscarora because this is a mark which is from a whole different continent. I adjusted the dialogue to make it more similar to Native American cuisine, right? Something that Tuscarora people may have actually eaten or that they actually do eat. So I adjusted that for that to make it more culturally compatible, I guess you could say. Even though we focus more on sentence building and making sure you can build you can put the language together rather than the cultural part. I leave that for the tribes. I'm not indigenous. I'm just somebody that knows how to learn these languages, and I'm just trying to empower you so that you can learn these languages and be able to actually speak them. Culture is something I cannot offer. Anyway, so in the first line here, they ask you, "What shall I bring you, sir?" There's not really a way to say "sir," so I just left them blank. Same with "ma'am." I think I used "accoutre." What was that other word? It was like "accoutre," "accoutrat," something like that. For it means woman, but you could use it for "ma'am," just because that's the only word that there is. There's no the This language doesn't have like honorifics like that. If you're if you're honoring the dead or the departed, then you'll use special suffixes for those. But as far as I know right now, though, I don't know of any honorifics. So there's a waiter in here, or waiter server. So I used this word a'anenha. A'anenha means to serve, and I combined those to make this. So this this essentially means she who normally serves. Okay, so that's going to be a waitress or a server, and then for if it's a masculine server, then you could do ra'anenha ra'anenhas. Okay, so ra'anenhas or ye'anenhas will be a server depending on what their gender is. Now, if you have several different words for bringing, but the most common one is unhawi or some variation of that. But unhawi is what I've used in the past for bringing. I believe it also means it can also mean to take, as I use the different dialogue. I think it was like kawi. I'll take it. And then this right here. So tawute. This is unka ya unka unka ya how we okay. So this hathe is a dative, which allows the action to be for or to somebody, right? So you're not just bringing this, you're bringing this for this person, right? But he's talking directly to the customer. So shall I you? So the I is you after, and whenever it's an object form, ahawi bring that to. For all intents and purposes, it means to here or for. So what shall I bring for you, sir? So ekaya hawi fe. And then in the next line, we have. So I do have to explain this one a little bit. This syntax here. So there, I mentioned in the previous lesson that Tuscarora doesn't have exact words for how many, right? There are words for many and much, and there are words for how. The word for how is te. Te is a general word. It can mean several different things. It can be a negative particle as well. But for this, it means how. It can mean what in the case of what kind. I think it's similar to Arabic's mada versus ma, where tawate could be like what by itself. Like Taute ekuyahawitha. What shall I bring for you? There's no. It's not what thing or what amount. It's just what. Here it's what kind. So whenever you have that, then I'm assuming that it condenses down to te. So in the dictionary, te followed by te at the end, or te followed by une at the end means what kind or what type of. There's differences between these. So one of them is more like species. So if you're asking like about species of animals or different kinds of something, and then another is like shapes or kinds. So for this dialogue, I decided to go with species because I'm asking about different kinds of food. I'm not asking about the shape of the food. I'm asking like not what kind of shape it is, but I'm trying to elicit the variety of food that this restaurant has. So I thought it would be more appropriate to go with that because it's more like species can be kind. I don't know why I put kind here, just like to that's more descriptive. But this is more like variety. So species, whatever. So what type of te, and then aya means to have or that there is. Literally means laid. And then kana. So kana means here. Kana. And aya usually goes at the end. So kuya I have, suya you have. And then this, so we have to explain this one too. So what kind of food do you have? So ka was used in an example with ante. It's just essentially an inanimate, a way to mark this as an inanimate thing. So you're asking about something that's inanimate food, right? You're not eating a live crab. So que. So que means food. The particle means food, and then ante. So what kind of food do you have, or is there? So I just put that at the end here. So ka tanya. What kind of food do you have? So yeah, do you, is there? And here, do you have here? Kana. Te ka tanya. Kana. And then the next one, so you recognize that Ra'anenhas, the Ra'anenhas server, so a male server. And so in here we have, this is a longer one, and there's a lot of explaining to do in this one because we had to combine several things here. So in this one we have yekatneta. So yekatneta. Yekatnete means stew. And I couldn't find a word for venison, so I wanted the word for deer, which everybody in this region of the United States, or in this region of North America, I should say, pre-1492, definitely everybody ate deer. I'm sure deer was everywhere, in addition to all the other kinds of animals that there were. So aqua, deer. So combining these two, we did beer to translate venison stew. I just did aqua yakanete, and then we have cancha. So we have cancha. Cancha is fish. Cancha, kind of like ketchup, but without the up. And then, seen as the original ketchup came from some kind of fish sauce in Roman times, I think, cat soup, whatever. And then we have roasted squash. So to roast is ensin. So ensin is to roast, and specifically Uchahan, Uchahantwe. Uchahantwe is squash. So Uchahantwe, squash. And asa, asa, it's roasted. So to try to combine these two together using general rules, because this has I'm not sure if I need to do like uwasa chahat, chahat, because it's weird for me to have to do uwe, because it's not phonetically correct Tuscarora. So I would have to go and look up examples, research this more to see what happens whenever you have a root that begins in a vowel, but the nominalizer, or what you have to put, right, the construction for changing a root word into a noun requires this u plus eh at the end. That's the most common way to make nouns. There's several different ways, like, the ways to make agent nouns or occupations, the way those are coined. But this one, roasted squash, there might be another way. It could be like that, which is roasted squash. I mean, there could be different ways to say this. But this is what we have so far. And then the same with succotash. There's no word for succotash, but there is a word for corn and beans. So I just combined the word for corn and beans and just use those. And then, so that would be une, thahera. So thahera. So uneha, yeah, uneha, thahera. And then we have, so tisna can generally mean with, it can generally mean with or and. And I think I might have spelled this different ways in different lessons, which is why it's not coming up here. And then fresh corn, so uthraye, une is fresh corn. So corn, so neha is the root meaning corn. This is just combining with the nominalizer to make corn as a standalone noun. So uneha. So uneha, corn, uthraye, fresh. And then wild greens. So this means vegetables, because the word for green is the only word available for green in the dictionary is the color. So vegetables or veggies is the next best thing. So aoteha. So aoteha is wild. Utnere on is vegetables. So utnere on greens or vegetables. And then cornbread, kana hucha. So kana hucha. I like this word actually. Kana hucha. Cornbread. Right. So now for this whole thing here, okay. Yakwaya. So this is we as a plural. We as the restaurant. Everybody that makes up the establishment that is the restaurant. Okay. And aye. So we have. So yakwaya, akwe, yakanete. We have venison stew or deer stew. Uthraye, cancha, roasted or fresh fish. Sorry. Essa chwe, yeah. Essa chahawe. Corn and beans or succotash. Uneha thahera. Uneha thahera. Wild greens, or sorry, yeah. Corn and beans, sorry. Aota, yeah. Aotaha. Utnere on wild greens. Uhnere on tisne with cornbread and cornbread. Tisne, kane hucha. And then this one, so myself, if you want to say for yourself, you could just add another reflexive, which would be you could just add another on, because desiring is already reflexive plus one. Want is like ethwic, or something like that. Something like that by itself. But on ethwic is to desire, right? So you desire yourself. You desire for oneself to desire something, essentially. So for myself, I'm just gonna put I want here because there's no explicit way to express this separately. Like in Spanish, you might say, para mí, blah 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 blah. But you don't have to say I want in that language. Every language is different. But for this one, just for the sake of expressing the idea, we're going with I want to get. Okay, so ka'nethweki, ka is I, a'nethweki, want, and the on part means self. So I myself want, or I want, ara, I want for me to have. So ara is for me, or is for blah blah, to blah blah. This is essentially also the same thing as the indefinite. The indefinite. This is not I think it's the indefinite. It might be the indefinite punctual, if I'm not mistaken here. But yeah, arako. So arako, ko means to get. This other K is for I, so I get, for me to get. And then you have to put this clause stop in combination with the ara. So I want to get. So ka'nethweki arako. Ha. The akwe yakatne te. The venison stew. Tisne with unehefahera with succotash or corn and beans. Tisne kana hucha, and cornbread. And the next one, so akutetrak, you can say that if you really need to have a word for madam, you could just use the word for lady, which is akutetrak. That word wasn't coming up in my mind earlier. So akutetrak, so you could say taute. So taute ekui ekuyahawith akutetrak. Okay. So the same thing as above there. What shall I bring for you? Right should I bring for you, my lady? Like it sounds. This is from like an older dialogue, like older sounding, like dialogue. So it sounds kind of old fashioned. But what shall I bring? What should I bring for you? What should I bring for you, ma'am? Or what would you like? Yeah, you could also say like tawate ka'nethweki. What do you want? Like what do you want? Right? And you could say arasko, for you to get. What do you want to get? You could say that too if you wanted to. There's a lot of different ways to say anything. And then the next one, we have John asking again, so what kind of Lenten meal do you have? So ruras, huh? So ruras, huh means it's a stem that means fasting. So because Lent is fasting, and there's no word for Lent, at least in the dictionary, or nothing that was ever attested, we'll go with this word. So we have what kind, so we have that te, followed by that te. So te plus te. What kind do you have? Yeah. And then kwa is food. So that ka is there just to make it to refer to the Lenten food, the food specifically for fasting, right? So te karurasa quente yo. What kind of Lenten meal do you have? Te karurasa quente yo. And then the next one, I believe we've already see this. I think I just put that as there on accident twice. So we have cancha fish, cancha, and then we have etiachihua, etiachihua to be prepared. There's also you can also say achaquast. Achaquast is also used for repairing or fixing stuff, but it can also be used for preparing something. Etiachihua appears to be more like it's another word for preparing, but it looks like it's closer to preparing than the other one is. The other one's more like the other word is more like getting something together, making sure that it's good, it looks good. Achaquast. And then, so this one too, this is another portmanteau that I had to do with some other kind, literally. So xiaowen, if you've been following along this course or these lessons, xiaowen is some, but it's not specific. Stet is a specific kind of some. So some specific item. This is some indefinite. It doesn't have to be specified. You could just say some cars, some houses, some candy, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then this is a combination of other and kind. So the anta is from that te anta, which is how much. So if you know that te is how, and you take off te, and you have anta left, then that deduction will tell you that anta means kind, and the word oi, oi means other or different. It specifically means different. Some different kind, some other kind, whatever. Same thing. So xiaowen oyante. Some other kind, okay? And now we've got a really long sentence here, but we're almost finished. So we have a Lenten dish, right? We have Lenten food. So right off the bat, whenever they say this, that they have fasting food, right? And then they will tell you what there is after that. Okay. So we have Yekwan. So Yekwan, we, Rurasa, fasting, Kwa, food, Aya. So Yekwa Rurasa Kwaya. Kahwaya. We have Lenten food, Yuya. There is cancha, fish, chahawe, roasted squash, tisna taha, utneere ane, wild greens. Now net, you can also say aruch. Aruch is like if you want, like in a subjunctive way. I'm not sure what the difference between net for if and aruch is, but aruch isn't even in the dictionary. It's only in the grammar examples outside of the dictionary. So aruch may be in the dictionary as aruch, but it's not in there as aruch is not in there as it's not in there as if because I've never looked that word up, but when you look up the word if, you only get net. So if you want, so net sa nethweki, so sa is you want, so net sa nethweki, if you want to get arasko, for you to get arasko, siawe, some other kind, right? Siawe, some other kind. Akakweni, it would be possible. Akakweni, it would be possible for us to prepare it. So ara, for us, or for, nya, us. You could probably use nue as well, but nya is supposed to be before vowels, from what I understand. Etiachiha. Okay, so akakweni ara niet yachihua. Okay, so yakwaru rasa kwaya yuya kancha oesa chahawe tisne ao teha utne reane Ne sa anethweki arasko siawe o yentem akakweni aranya tiachihua. Nyachiua. Nachiua. Something. Waha. Yachiuha. Okay, and then the last one here, Nurekwa. Nurekwa. I'm pretty sure I've used this Nurekwa in previous units. Because there was a unit where it's like I like to study or something. I actually need to go back and fix that because I didn't know about ara back then. The indefinite ara. I didn't know about that. And in this example, so karuke or karuke, since she likes, generally we use this hus here for the cereal because we're talking about something she generally likes to eat it, so it's something that's ongoing. She likes it. She liked it yesterday. She liked it today. She's likely to like it into the future, so it's an ongoing action. It's an ongoing action saying that she likes it. So karuke ye nurakwas kancha yahawi, bring her. Yahawi. So whenever you're doing the imperative, you have a command. So Hawi, you don't have to put anything, leaving it blank after the last vowel or the last letter makes it an imperative command. And the fact that you're putting nya in front of it means it's for her or somebody with an indefinite gender. So Yahawi, bring her. We could have probably put a the here if we wanted. So Yahawi the, bring for her. It is possible to do that if you wanted to. Put that dative ending here. That's up to you. And then Siawa, some catcher, some roasted fish, tisna, ona half a hat, with succotash. So karaoke, yanu rankwas, catcher, yahawi siawen, oesa catcher, tisna, ona hat, fahera. Anyway, that is all for this dialogue. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or even just go to link check to the forums and mention it. And if you're looking for lessons and sessions like this for your organization or for yourself, if you're trying to learn any foreign language, because I can learn them all. I enjoy learning languages. It's something I love to do. I love helping people reach their goals. I can make you a curriculum. We can go through the site just like this, and I can even do a speaking course where I can help you develop sentences and help you to develop sentences and more complex sentences in whatever language you're learning for quick conversation development. So if you're looking for something like this, or if you're a heritage speaker, conlanger, or somebody that just wants to learn some other language and you just don't know what to do, or you just need somebody to be your coach in that, let me know. I offer this service at very affordable rates, and I'm able to help because I have a wide range of experience doing language stuff. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next video.